The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
What's up, guys? This is Joshua Bramlett, lead vocalist for The Protest, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I am bringing you guys awesome interviews. Today, it is an honor and a privilege to have Mr. Josh "Shred" Bramlett, vocalist of The Protest. New single Noise Revolution and album Legacy is out now on Rockfest Records /Sony. The Protests have been direct support for Tesla, 12 Stones, Demon Hunter, Ashes Remain, and Righteous Vendetta, among others. They recently were part of the National Rockfest Tour and will continue playing live throughout the rest of 2018 and into 2019, including some festival dates. I've got to say right now, if you have not heard of this band, please get out and pick up their album Legacy. It's really good, and I say that a lot about a lot of bands that come on here, but I'm telling you right now, I'm very impressed with this album, and Josh is going to get into some other things about the band previously, so we're going to get into that. So, Josh, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, dude, I am living the dream, as they say, man. How's life for you? I know I'm not supposed to ask questions, but I do have one question for you.
Sure.
So, what's the BOD all about, man?
The BOD is a nickname that has stuck with me since high school. One day, I was just messing around, and I remember Diamond Dallas Page, as I used to watch WCW, Nitro.
DDP, man.
You damn right, and I wish that WCW was still going. And one day, I just said, he comes out, and Diamond Dallas does his "Good God" and all that stuff. So, Good God, it's John the Bod. And I went, perfect. So it has stuck.
And it's stuck.
It has stuck with me ever since. Right. Trust me, it's not a workout body. It's a ham and cheese, pizza, pizza rolls, deep fried turkey. Oh, deep fried turkey. That sounds amazing right now.
Oh, it does sound amazing.
But that's how that come about. So,
Okay. Well, thank you for enlightening me.
So more importantly, though, besides me, what's impressed you or excited you the most about making the new album Legacy? What's caught your eye about, if anything, man? What stands out about this album for you?
That's a good question, man. It's our third studio record, and, we just did a lot of things differently on this record, man. I mean, we really thought outside the box and did a lot of things that we were previously kind of afraid of. As artists, sometimes you want to hide your songs away. They're all yours, and you keep them in a drawer, and and you're like stinking the dude from Lord of the Rings, like My Precious and stuff, and you want to guard that. But with some of the songs on this record, man, like we went down to Nashville and did some co-writes, and that's something that we've never done before, and we were always super guarded against that. But really, man, having like another mind in there to like bounce ideas off of, I mean, it just really opened up a lot for us, and a lot of these songs would not be the same if we didn't have some help from some of these dudes. And I think just as men, in the last couple of years, we've just grown as human beings. We've grown as musicians, and I think these songs we brought to the table and our writing style is just better than it was a couple years ago. I think the record, I'm super proud of the record, man. I'm very humbled by the small amount of success that that we've seen from it, and I just love it, man. I love songs that slam and that are truthful and have like sick leads and are fun. I mean, we're like we're a hard rock band. We don't pull any punches. I mean, we're hard rock. We don't try to fit into any other subgenre like post-hardcore or whatever. I mean, we just like to play hard rock music, man.
But Josh, you're missing out on the one thing, my friend. There's guitar solos in these songs. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We're huge. Like all the guys in the band kind of grew up on classic rock and like 80s hair metal and stuff. And we definitely have a soft spot for that. Like, dude, I love leads, man. I mean, I've got so many guys out there that I wouldn't be playing music if it wasn't for Ace Frehley, a Kiss. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just kind of crazy.
There's a lot of guitarists that I absolutely love as well. That like Zakk Wylde, for instance. You got him well.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, you got him well on his guitar. Eddie Van Halen I love Eddie Van Halen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You got, you mentioned Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley can still well on it.
Oh yeah, dude.
There's just Jimi Hendrix. I still love listening to Hendrix's music. I love that stuff. But
definitely, dude. I mean, he kind of broke the mold,
Yep, really sure did. But I'm glad that you guys are adding guitar solos because some they just don't add it anymore for some reason. I guess they're just they want to hurry and get to the point and be done with the song. And I understand that happens. But for me on this album, Valor is great. Of course, you've got What Else You Got. I mean, your two singles, of course. I do like Straight from the Barrel. That's a badass song.
Thanks, dude.
Take My Heart and To the Death. This is like I said, folks. This is a good album. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed when they listen to this album. But for you guys, how long did it take for you all to say we're happy with our sound? And are you still wanting to push outside that box with the sound that you have now?
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, that's a great question. And it's so funny because it does evolve over time. I mean, I remember, doing our first real album, we, at the time, like that was our sound and we were really happy with it and all this. And I mean, I still stand by those first two records. I love them. I think they're great and have great songs, but we just kind of got more confident and sort of honed in as we went. Like our second record was like a little bit more us, a little bit, more what we were kind of wanting to do. And man, and I think this record, hey man, we finally found our sound or whatever, but I don't think any of us are satisfied or complacent, I mean, we're musicians and we want to keep pressing the envelope, to our fans that have been with us from the start, like, we keep a lot of our, protest elements on each record that just screams, hey, this is a protest song, but we also want to just keep trying to evolve and get better and just write better songs. And you know what? Like, I mean, like, dude, like we did a lot of songs that have like synths and tons of production. And, we've never done that before, but then you turn around and we're writing some of the heaviest songs we've ever written. So, it's definitely a hodgepodge, and I think it's going to continue to change and evolve. And I hope it does, man. I hope I'm never satisfied, staying, where we are.
That's the main thing right there is not being complacent of where just being when you reach that plateau, you know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be, oh, I'm comfortable and I'm not doing anything else, because the first time you do that, man, it's over.
Right. Exactly.
What was it about the lead single, What Else You Got, and plus new single, Noise Revolution, to be picked for singles off the new album? Because, I mean, you had a whole slew full that you could have chose easily.
Sure, and thank you. Yeah, it was tough, man. We have a small team now kind of, helping us out, and, they do a lot. Like, it's nice having some opinions, other than our own, helping us pick the singles, the label, our manager, I mean, everyone kind of involved, listened and agreed that, these would be the lead-off singles. And, I kind of saw that coming in. I mean, both songs are super anthemic, super catchy, and you can sing along to them. And, it's great. And it's super nice to have some guidance. Our last couple records, I think we kind of miscued a few things, what ended up being one of our most popular songs to date, we didn't push as a single, and I don't know why. I mean, it's just at the time, we didn't think it was right, but we should have, so it's nice to have some guidance.
I thought this is cool when I was reading this. What Else You Got peaked at number 26 on the BDS Rock Indicator chart. number 12 on the Rock Radio SMR chart, and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Christian Rock chart. Also, it was selected for iHeartMedia's Digital Artist Integration Program for August. Music You Should Know on all 34 of the rock stations. Man, how much of a boost of confidence is that for you guys going forward with this album?
Dude, it's huge, man. I mean, we're very, very humbled, and trust me, dude, like we are the farthest things from rock stars that you can imagine, you know? I mean, dude, like, you know the game, like there's not, you know, I'm not making much money at all, you know, but I love what I do, and I never in a million years would have thought, you know, I mean, those things that you just said, I would have never thought anyone would say that about a song that I helped write. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It is truly a surreal feeling that I take for granted a lot. You know what I mean? Because I get very restless and unsatisfied and feel like I need to keep climbing and climbing. But man, you know, like I'm, you know, like we're a very blessed band and, you know, very humbled by how things are going, dude. And I just hope they continue to, you know, go well, I guess.
For sure. Now, speaking of what else you got, and plus Noise Revolution, are there any other songs on here for you that stand out that are some of your favorites? Possibly, I mean, I know these are hard to choose from, but are there any others that stick out for you possibly?
Dude, I mean, I love them all. I think, like, you know, Valor's really special. Stitched is super special. And I think the one that, the two that probably stick out to me the most is one being Bad Self. I just think it's a really sick, different song. And then this one, the title track, Legacy, which is the real banger on the album, I always liked it, but now that we're playing it live, I love it because it just throws down, and I have like a hard time not like tearing my head off and just kicking it as far as it can go. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it just gets me pumped up, dude.
Yeah. So who produced this album for you guys, or did you guys do it yourself?
No, a guy named Matt Arcaney in Nashville. He's done a lot of work for some artists that we've really grown up loving and respecting. And he's one of the best, most down-to-earth dudes in the world. I mean, this was a process, man. I mean, a lot of the writing and parts, you know, happen while you're in the studio, kind of on the spot. And, I mean, we would go down there for weeks at a time, you know, try to knock it out. And, I mean, he was very, very patient with us, and he really pushed us to do, you know, just things that we're not used to. And I'm so happy that he did, and I recommend him to anybody. I mean, he's the man.
That was going to be my next question. You know, how hard did he push you guys? Did he just step in when he needed to, or did he just guide you all the way through this?
No, dude. I mean, he let us do our thing, you know, for sure, but it was a very good balance. You know, we've been very blessed. All three records, we've had amazing producers, guys that have, you know, found that balance of, you know, pushing us, you know, almost to our limit sometimes, but, you know, ultimately getting the best out of us. And that's what Matt did. He just really, there were days in the vocal booth, man, where I'm like about ready to be done. I mean, I'm like tapped out, you know, but like, you know, he knows I've got more in the tank, and, you know, he's really good, man. Like he got it out of me without, you know, being a jerk. He's one of my good buddies, and he's awesome. And that's hard to do, because when you're in a studio talking about these songs that you've written and they're kind of your babies, and you're, you know, like, it's easy to get hostile, you know what I mean? But
for sure.
It was awesome all the way, man. We had an absolute blast.
How long did it take to record the album?
So really, I mean, if we broke it down, it probably only took like a month and a half, but it really took about like half a year or more, because that particular year was a very heavy touring year for us for different reasons. You know, we had a couple that we did on our own, and we had a couple that that were just good opportunities for us. So we were touring a lot. So we'd be in the studio for, you know, a week or so, and then have to hit the road, and then, you know, just come back when we could. And then we ended up having to kind of sprinkle back in at different times and do our parts. And it took a long time. And then, as you know, you got the whole, you know, mixing process, which there's lots of back and forth on that. And then it needs to get mastered and all that jazz. So, I mean, I think we started in February of 2017, and ended in late August.
Here's the $1 million question. How's having your brother Jared a part of this band? I know you guys probably want to strangle each other sometimes.
Oh, yeah, but, dude, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, I mean, I don't know. He's, like, my best friend. And, man, we just don't really ever butt heads. Like, we're on the same page, like, pretty much 100% of the time. I mean, it's amazing having him in the band, and I know a lot of siblings may not agree, but, you know, we're just good buds, dude, and like I don't know, it's great. I'm so proud of him, and he's so talented because he does. Not only is he our drummer, but he sings all of our harmonies. He does tons of backup vocals, and he does all the artwork for the band. So pretty much any branding stuff that you see for our band, whether it's T-shirts, online stuff, album art, like whatever it is, like he's responsible for it. So he's a very gifted dude and super humble. Like he'd be really embarrassed if he heard me talking about him like this. So
there's a shout out to you, Jared. There you go, brother.
That's right. That's right.
What do you hope the fans take away from the protest music, or message you hope they hear while just listening to any of it, man?
Yeah, sure, dude. And I mean, that's a great question. And I don't want to get too weird on anybody, or, you know, I will say this, and I'll keep it short and sweet, man. You know, we love people, and we believe that everyone struggles and has problems, and, you know, cause dude, life's hard. And, you know, we want our music to provide hope overall. And I know that does not sound metal at all, but, you know, like, you know, hard rock and metal, just there's so much negativity with it. There's so much anger. There's so much hatred. And we want to be the antithesis of that, man. I mean, we want to spread hope, love. You know, we want, you know, people to leave our shows feeling different than when they came in. And if we can do that, help maybe not change someone's life. I'm not saying that but I guess if we can help, encourage people along, then I think that's mission accomplished for us. And it kind of makes it a bigger picture because, dude, honestly, like, making it quote unquote as a rock band is just so hard,
Mm-hmm.
And if you measure your success by album sales or money, then you'll always be disappointed. But if you measure your success by how people feel when they listen to your music, and if you can make a difference in this world, then, that's a little bit more, rewarding. And on my best days, I can get that through my thick skull, so that's kind of what we want people to take away.
How much growth musically have you seen this band, and including yourself, go through up to the release of Legacy, or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you guys involved with this?
Dude, it's been a growth all the way around. I mean, I've always been a decent singer, man, but like our first producer, he kind of ripped me a new one, and like he broke me down and built me back up. And I pretty much learned how to sing rock from our first producer. Like, I was just worried about hitting the notes, but he didn't want the notes. He said, I dare you to sing off key. You know what I mean? Like, I can fix that. I need passion in your voice. I need passion, and that really taught me a lot, die for the cause is what he said. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that always sticks with me. And I think all of us, man, each record and, each tour, each show, we're growing, we're growing together as a band. It's been the same dudes pretty much for 10 years, and like, we're super tight, and we hope to get tighter. And, and I think, for me as a vocalist, man, like, I've gotten older, I've learned more tricks, and I'm just getting more confident, man, because honestly, being a front man is like, I'd say like 70% confidence, 30% singing. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Like, seriously. And I'm I'm a decent singer. I don't claim to be Freddie Mercury or Jeff Tate from Queensryche or anything. But I'm a decent rock singer. But I think I'm a good front man, and I just have a blast up there. And I think confidence helps your voice too. You know what I mean? Because you know what? I'm going to go for the note. I'm going to go for it hard. And if I screw it up, then you know what? It's real, so.
Yeah. And I agree with you 1,000%, because when you step on that stage and you've got people out there just not moving or doing anything to your music, you've got to come up with something to get them off their ass to do something. You've got to get
Oh, yeah,
going.
Dude, totally. And I love that challenge, man. Like, I love being, some of the tours that, we've been on lately, we're kind of low man on the totem pole. We either go on first or second in the lineup. And I kind of like that, because we get to come out and set the tone for the rest of the night. And I mean, get these people who have just walked in off the streets and don't know each other to come together in, a 25-minute set and just get crazy, kind of loosen them up. And it's a fun challenge, man. It's hard. And sometimes you do have those crowds that just don't really ever come on, man. But I tell you, the ones that do, dude, that's what it's all about, man. Love it.
When you step in the recording studio, from your first album to your second album up to this album, do you do anything differently during that writing and recording process to help keep your mind fresh to new ideas and going outside your box a little bit? Do you do anything differently, possibly?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I definitely, I pray a lot. I take time, for, silent, reflection, and I pray for the words, because I want our music to hit, man, and I want it to, as said before, I want it to affect people, and you really got to think about what you're saying in these songs. So, I do a lot of that. Drink a lot of coffee, not while I'm singing, but during the process, because caffeine kind of keeps my brain going. While I'm singing, I drink a lot of water and tea, and I definitely get in studio mode, for sure. And I used to be very intimidated by the studio, but now I love studio mode, and I love sitting down at my laptop and just pounding through lyrics, and getting the the thesaurus out, and just getting crazy. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's like the best homework that you could ever have.
What can fans expect at a show from the Protests who have not got to see you guys live as of yet?
Sure, man. I think a lot of bands would say this, but I think, I know that you can expect an extremely high energy show. Especially lately, we've really come into our groove in the last couple years, and I think it would be hard not to get into the show, and we hope that we connect with people from the stage. We really do give it our all out there. I mean, whether it's 20 people or 3,000, we're going to throw down hard because we love it and we're passionate about it. And I think that reflects from our stage show. And I think it's like a yawn, man. I think it's contagious. People see that you're passionate about it, and it sort of loosens them up. You know what I mean? We don't put on any airs, man. I mean, there's some nights where I'm crying on the stage. There's some nights where I fall to my knees and start punching the ground. Yeah, I mean, there's nights where I'm doing push-ups on stage. You just got to let it out, man.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
It is, dude. It really is. And you're singing these songs that mean a lot to you, and it is, man. It's passion, and it's funny because we're very on stage. We're super, He-Man-y. I'm beating my chest. I'm Mr. I'm a Mr. Strong, confident, here I am, kick you in the teeth guy. And then,
right.
And then off the stage, I'm just really, I'm not like that at all. I'm like super, super laid back and just not confrontational, not in your face at all. So it's kind of fun to get up there and be someone different almost.
We're living in the digital era of recording albums to get music out quicker, and plus social media to reach out to more people who have not got to hear you guys and all other bands as well. Do you like this that we're living in right now, especially being like an up-and-coming band, of course? Do you think this helps them, or is it kind of a negative on them?
Man, that is definitely tough. It is definitely a double-edged sword. One, music is more accessible now, which is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, anyone can get it. That being said, I think it has flooded the market a lot. There's lots to choose from now because now, I mean, you can make your own music and it can sound really good, man. And you can get your music on Spotify. It's not that hard, and you can do all this stuff. I mean, and I think it's helpful to, reach your audience. I know one thing that's great is it's great on a connection standpoint. I mean, they can send us messages and emails and stuff like that, and it's super cool, and they can see what you're up to all the time. Back in the day, imagine like REO Speedwagon, I mean, people didn't know that they were having a, mocha espresso and in the recording studio. Like, you know what I mean? It's just funny how things are now, and I don't hate it. I just think it's just tough because I think then the hardworking bands that were really talented and stuck with it, I think they had a really good shot. And, now there's just so much to choose from. And a lot of it's also kind of a money game now. And it's just, I don't know, man, the industry's in a funky spot. And I mean, I don't mind it. I think we have to adapt because, I mean, that's where it is. I mean, like we're a pretty young band, but I mean, when we started, Facebook wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
MySpace was brand new. You know what I mean? So like we're still learning, man. Like there's younger bands that could teach me a thing or two about Instagram and how to get more fans on there and how to get your algorithms better. Like I don't know anything about that really. So we just, we're just trying to kind of figure it out as we go,
In your own opinion, what does the protest bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, possibly?
Like I said, like I don't think there's a lot of like positive hard rock out there. You know what I mean? Like I think we bring something to the table that a lot of other bands don't bring, and that's like, people listen to our music. It's super heavy and, kicks you right in the teeth, but, it also makes you feel good. And one thing that I think we bring to the table that, we are so passionate about our fans, like, and there are a lot of bands that are too, but like we make it a point to talk, hang out, make personal connections with our fans, because in the end, man, like, I mean, they're the folks that are keeping us going. I mean, they're the ones, buying our records and buying our merch and, helping us along the way. And, and we want them to be our family. We want to treat them like they're fans. We want to treat them like their family. And I think we're good at that. So, for anyone that's listening, please come to one of our shows and hopefully you feel the same way.
Support-wise, is there a country or maybe a location that stands out more or even surprises you that the protests get support from, maybe?
Yeah, Germany's a pretty big one for us. We've played over there a couple times. We're actually next week we're heading overseas to do a festival in Germany and then some shows in Latvia. And Germany blew my mind because, we went over there for the first time. And our band is not a big deal at all. Like, we have a lot of loyal fans and stuff like that, but we are the farthest thing from a big deal. But, we go over there and we're playing this big festival and there's hundreds of people out there like singing our songs, man. I mean, I'm like, what is going on? I like halfway through the show, I looked over at my guitar player. I'm like, are you seeing this? Like, I mean, these people are like singing our words and they know the cues and like, it's super, super crazy. So like, I mean, like Germany treats us really well and like Europe treats us well. And then, as far as stateside, I mean, we have pretty big, followings and, pockets of Texas and Florida and, some in the Midwest, but oddly enough, our own hometown doesn't seem to be, too into it, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is, there's a town about, and like 2 hours from where we live, that we kind of call our adopted hometown because like those people really come out and they love us and support us and do a lot for us. And, we love the town that we live in, but we just can't really ever get a lot of interest here. So
what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you, Josh, that said, yeah, man, that's what I want to do right there?
So I was really young and I don't know, I've always loved music, but it wasn't until my next door neighbor boys, they were like, I mean, we were young, man, like 5 or 6 even. And I was down at their house and they had all this stuff everywhere. These 4 guys with face paint on and they were called Kiss. And I was like, I mean, I didn't think they were a band. I didn't know what they were. I thought they were like some kind of like superhero team or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what they were, but my friends had this stuff everywhere. And then they would always like play the records when we were hanging out and stuff and like playing out in the yard and everything. And I was like, I really like this. And it just, I don't know, like, I mean, rock and roll just really like struck a chord with me. And I was on my bed, I had a broomstick. I was playing guitar so hard and I wanted to do that. I wanted to play music. And I mean, we played our first show when I was in middle school, and we just never stopped, man. I just turned 28 like a couple days ago, and since about age 12, I've been playing shows, and we just never stopped, man. And I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously, it's not the fame or fortune. I just want to reach people through playing music, and I think hopefully we're doing that. You know, being a light in the dark and just trying to make it happen, man. But I still love it, and I'm still just as passionate about it now as I was then. And I mean, it's just something that you can't kick, dude. It's in my blood, so to speak. So,
what's it mean to you when you receive an email from a fan, or prior or after a show, they say that the protest music has pulled them through a bad experience, or it's gave them the inspiration to overcome obstacles, or it's just made them get away and relax the everyday bull crap that we go through? If that's happened, man,
right.
What's that mean to you guys?
Dude, that means a lot, and that means more than any amount of records we can sell, or any amount of awards or, you know, recognition we get. Like that's what it's all about, man. And of course, I get caught up in all the stuff, you know, of being in a band. Sometimes all the just, you know, oh man, you know, we're so great, you know, all this. But you know, it's those moments that really humble you and just kind of bring you back down to earth, and remind you that, you know, even though, you know, we're not a big band, there are people out there that listen to what we say and, you know, take it to heart. And it's a big responsibility, man. You know, because we could be doing the opposite to people if we wanted. You know what I mean? So It's always amazing when we hear from fans, and you know, we're very blessed to, you know, hear from them quite a bit. And it's nothing that we're doing that's so special. I don't think. I think I don't know. I love that more than anything, man.
How can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, buy this new album, plus your other EPs, tour dates, tickets? How can they do that, Josh?
Yeah, man, you can go to our website. It is www.theprotestrocks.com. And the best way to get with us, you know, send us an email on there. It's got our tour dates, it's got merchandise links, it's got bio, all that good stuff. But if you want a quick response, then go to the Facebook page for the protest, and we respond to messages super quickly. And yeah, we'd love for you guys to pick up our new record. We're super proud of it, and hopefully you guys like it.
I just like to say, as I stated earlier, I'm very impressed with this. I'm very impressed with your guys' music with this new album. So kudos on that, my friend.
Well, dude, it means a lot, man. And I just want to thank you very much for doing what you do. And, you know, like you're like an unsung hero in the music industry, man. And you really help keep it going. So thank you so much for doing what you do, man.
That means everything in the world to me. You don't know. You don't know how much, man. Josh, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
I would love to do a promo for your show. Got it. What's up, guys? This is Joshua Bramlett, lead vocalist for The Protest, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We've got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. To keep up with all the interviews, go to BODS Mayhem Hour's Facebook page, and you also can check us out on YouTube. We do have a YouTube page there with all the interviews, and plus our Mixcloud. All the links are there on the YouTube and Facebook pages. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Josh, so much, man.
Hey, dude, not a problem, man. Thanks for everything that you do, brother. Stay warm, and we'll talk to you later on.